Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your energy mantra and forecast for today, Monday, March the 1st. So, before we get started on our mantra and our forecast for today, just a quick reminder that my course Miracle Minded will still be open for registration until March the 5th. If you're interested in that, you can go check out my website, awakeningmiracles.org, where you can also check out my services, my virtual learning tab, which just has my courses, which are pre-recorded and that you can do at your own pace. So let's jump into our energy mantra and forecast for today. And our energy mantra for today is I align my consciousness with love in all ways. So that is just our energy mantra. That is what we are focusing on today. I align my consciousness with love in all ways. Now, when we hear this, we may think that we're just thinking really loving thoughts and really kind, and maybe we have to speak really softly and so forth and so on. But when you align with love, what that really breaks down to, or what that really means, is that you are aligning with the truth. Fear obscures the truth, while love shows the truth. And so that leads us to a great sense of freedom. And so we have to ask ourselves throughout, this is really an invitation to ask ourselves throughout the day, is which consciousness am I currently aligning with? Am I aligning with love, or am I aligning with fear? Which one am I aligning with? We know we're aligning with love when we feel joyful, we feel peaceful, we feel compelled, we feel like we are just in ease and grace and flow. While if we are in that vibration of fear, or allowing ourselves to go into that fear, we feel anxious, maybe we feel envious, hatred. Fear takes many, many different forms. And so we must be aware of those. And that's why our mantra is I align my consciousness with love in all ways. Because we have this wonderful choice to align with our loving thoughts, our kind thoughts, our peaceful thoughts, or we can align with our hateful thoughts, our fearful thoughts, our envious thoughts. And so it's all about your consciousness. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So it's all about where we are aligning our consciousness. What thoughts are we choosing to align ourselves with? And that's really all that today is about, is really becoming the observer, not the judger. And that's really, really key, is because oftentimes when we get invitations like this to really look at ourselves and look at what we are aligning with, we tend to become very judgmental, and we tend to start judging ourselves. Oh man, I'm not aligning with love. I'm such a terrible person. I'm a terrible spiritual person, so forth and so on. You're not a terrible person. You're not a terrible spiritual person. All that's happening is you're observing, okay, this is a point, or this is a space, this is a situation, this is a relationship. Good morning, Kate. Where I am, morning, Lori, morning, Susan. So this is a point, a situation in which I am finding myself aligning with fear. And here's the beauty. I now get to choose to now align with love. So I forgive myself for those fearful thoughts, whatever they may have been, and I now align myself with those loving thoughts. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to go to the Divine Guidance deck. Oh, wonderful, Amy. Well, I'm so glad I was able to give you that message for today. So we're going to go to the Divine Guidance deck, and we're going to see what other beautiful messages we have for today. Okay, so we have our messages. So let's look at what we have going on for today. Oh, beautiful. Now, these are all fractal art. And so fractal art is really the artist has just merged a lot of different things together. And so for this, I will be reading, well, at least reading what the card is, because I have not memorized what they all are. And so we're going to start with our first one, which is card number 13, which I will show to you here in just a moment as soon as I get to the page. Oh, wow. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so this is called the opening card. And how absolutely beautiful that we are talking about aligning with the consciousness of love. And as we align with the consciousness of love, it really is an opening, because when we align with love, what we're really doing is we are aligning to the infinite possibilities and miracles that exist for us in every way, shape, and form. Now, what this also speaks about is about us opening up to our own intuitive abilities. And of course, we're going to open up to our own intuitive abilities the more we open up to the consciousness of love, because that is where those intuitive abilities really come from. They come from that loving consciousness. They come from that, they come from the loving consciousness that is within us. Love is our intuition. If we really, really just break down intuition, it is love guiding us to the next right action step. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? That felt good to me when I said it. So I always love when spirit's just able to just kind of feed those little nuggets of wisdom in there. So intuition is not, we're going to just repeat that because I think it's really important. Intuition is nothing more than love guiding you to the next right action step. So then we're going to go to the next card, which is card number 14. And card number 14 is gratitude. So this is really an invitation for today to be in that sense of gratitude that you have the guidance system within you to guide you, that you don't really have to go outside of yourself to find that guidance, number one. Number two, to just be in that sense of gratitude, because gratitude is a way that we can enter in to that consciousness of love, where we find, this is the balance card, I've gotten this one before, which is why I know what it is, and where we get this beautiful balance. And, you know, I don't really like the word balance. I prefer the word harmony, because then we get harmony to me is a synergistic union of all things working together for good. So as we begin to open up to the consciousness of love, as we begin to do that in gratitude, we enter into this synergistic union of all things working together for good, which is then going to lead us to card number 38, which is this gentle release, which is really just this beautiful way of saying that we are gently releasing ourselves from the consciousness of fear and just aligning to love. And we're doing it gently. You know, love is not violent. Love is not something that's going to punch you in the face. Love is gentle. Love is kind. Now, it can be very direct. Do not get me wrong. Love can be very direct. It can say, okay, go turn left now. It can. But it's never going to yell and scream if you don't turn left. It'll always reroute you. It's just like a GPS device. You know, if you don't get off on the right exit, that's okay. We're going to take you to the next exit, and you're still going to get to, you know, where you need to be. So today is that beautiful invitation to also remind us that this is card number 24, and card number 24 really represents that feminine aspect of life, which is that receiving. So be open to receiving today. Be open to that gentle release, to that synergistic union, to that gratitude, and to that opening. Allow yourself to really, you know, celebrate, because this is the celebration card. So allow yourself to celebrate the movement into that, or that alignment into love. So I thank you so much for joining me. I thank you so much for being here. Once again, if you're interested in my services or interested in my virtual learning or my courses, then you can go check out awakeningmiracles.org. And if you are interested in finding out just more about today's mantra. If you want further inspiration, spiritual tools, then feel free to come back at 10, at noon, at 3, and at 4, where I have different quotes and different spiritual tools that you can use to better align yourself with today's energy mantra. So I thank you so much for joining me, so much for being here. And remember, most of all today, allow yourself to forgive yourself if you find yourself in fear, and be in gratitude that you have the ability to choose again. You have the ability to choose love. You have the ability to choose to align yourself with the truth of who you are, which is love.